ladies and gentlemen, I watched the first stream in preparation to continue where we were at. I grabbed a bunch of guides. The first stream, we went through Natsuki's route, and then we confessed our love to Sayori. And then we did absolutely nothing after that. I reloaded and started going down Sayori's route. And I was ready to load back up and go directly from where we ended off. Unfortunately, Monica has punished me for my truancy, and none of my data was saved in the Steam cloud. And so we are going from a blank slate. And the only option that we have is to directly beam all of Natsuki's route directly into your brains. It will look like I'm skipping through the entire campaign, but I'm just reminding you of everything that happened. It's all gonna be a blur, but we are left with only the option to just zoom through Natsuki's campaign, or do you call route Natsuki's route? So we're gonna go in once again. Our name is still ProTag, not PRP tag. ProTag. And sorry to say, I'm just going. Let me see. How do we skip through stuff? Oh. I can't skip yet. Oh, auto? Don't I, hold down on the button in order to, skip through? Or is it... Which button is it? Or do I not have access to that right now? Anyways, for everyone who's watched the first stream, you're gonna know exactly what happens. Everything goes exactly the same. Let me see here. Everything goes exactly the same, except... wait. I am trying so hard to remember what the button is to... Oh. It looks like I cannot skip this, because it is my first time seeing it, technically. You'll notice in the top left over there, I am attempting to skip everything. You can see there, but by using the control button, unfortunately, that won't fly. And there we are. We're going to do all of the poems. Let me see. Okay, so mashing click and space is going to get me through everything all the quicker. I'm really sorry about this. I was deliberating on whether I was going to continue Apollo Justice, or if I was going to pivot on here, or play something completely different. I have a whole list of games, like, I don't know, 20, 30 plus games that I have on my list, and that's probably not all of them. Alright, time to write a poem. Hi there, EQ. Hi there, James. Solaris. Monica activated ancestral recall. She used the time vault on me. Yep, she wasn't happy about me going down Natsuki's route. Truancy very punished. Yes. Anyways, let's go ahead and open up Natsuki's list here and see which of her words that I can find. Let's see. So we got anger, bouncy, cheeks, doki doki for some reason. We have games, we have heartbeat, we have kawaii, lollipop, mouse. I'm not seeing any of these. Parfait, ribbon, Perry. If you know, you know. skirt. Strawberry. Twirl. Oh no. Is this gonna be one where I can't do a Natsuki word? Whisper. Anime! Let me see. Let me go ahead and detach this so I can still look at chat. This is gonna be funny. Bubbles, chocolate, email, giggle, hop, kiss, marshmallow, nibble, peace. Yeah, I'm starting to think this one is all not Natsuki words. Pout. And I have to do 20 of these. But I'm sure... Oh, shiny. Shiny is one. Hey, finally. Cheeks is one. Repeat a question. Awesome. Bubbles. Universe. Universe one. Fantasy landscape. Oh man, I want to do Bunny every single time it pops up. Actually, yes, we can come on, Bunny. Let's go. Hi there, Matthew. Life tragedy, incongruent marriage, loud aura, promise, death. Pure playground, pop up, milk, lipstick, jumpy headphones. Love you, cute candy, boop. Vanilla, summer, spinning. Summer! Thank you. No, color massacre, that's a Yuri word. Nightgown, sensation, marshmallow, after image, color. Oh, mouse. Yeah! I'm remembering these things. Wasn't Sunny one of them? That ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. Cheer. Surely cheer is one of Natsuki's. Nah, that's probably a Sayori one. Disaster? No, that can't be a Natsuki one. Let's see, intellectual. That's a Yuri word. Sunset. Sunset on here. All right, I'm using the Control F method. Oh, I can't do that because it's okay. Candy. Candy has to be a Natsuki word. There you go. This is gonna be the longest segments of this speed run. Let's see. Frightening, vertigo, those are both Yuri. Play. Nope. Cage, that seems more like a Monica thing. Dark is Yuri. Happiness, that's Sayori. Feather, not. Disarray, that ain't it, Chief. Okay, it looks like this one I won't be able to. No, wait, here. Air. Alright. Journey, crap pain. Damn it! Wow, love the word variety here. Cry, not for Natsuki. Natsuki never cries. Warm, pain, journey. Destiny, morbid, clouds. Jump, nibble. There's a nibble one. Yep. You're an infinite entropy. Sweet. Sweet sounds like a Natsuki thing. It is not. Party Whisper, Hope, captive, entropy. Infinite. Okay, we're going back to it. Vacation. Captive. Comfort. Hop is a Natsuki word, but hope is not. I demand a refund. Skirt is. That's melody, fun, wrath, explode, nature, ribbon. Ribbon has to be. No, wait. Nope, it is. Hell yeah, brother. Jumpy. I feel like jumpy. Yep, jump and jumping. Rainbow? Not. Anxiety, secret of electricity. Not. Secretive. Ain't it? Imagination. Ain't it? Crimson. Not. Anxiety. We all know where that one goes. Peace. Alright. Fast Joy headphones. Spinning. Kiss on kiss. That is still a Natsuki word. Kawaii is a Natsuki word. Doki Doki is a Natsuki word. Giggle. I think giggle is a Natsuki word. Yep. Twirl? Was twirl one? Yes, it is. And games. Alright. Let's see. Now I have to make a decision on who we share it with. Yuri's talking to me. And now Natsuki is having trouble in the reaching the high places in the closet. So we're gonna yank Natsuki right out of there. This is your route with me we're doing. And now we're hanging out. Natsuki looks like every other VTuber in this scene. So, we had a nice heart-to-heart with Natsuki, where she was able to open up to us about why she's so rough around the edges. Who should I show my film to first? Natsuki! Natsuki likes it because all the words are tailored to her. She's being very sun about it. She's showing me her poem. I like it because it's Natsuki. There's a lot of chat I'll need to catch up on. Why is that? That is a lot of chat. Alright, and it doesn't really matter who else we do, so I'll share it with Monica. A little bit of Monica, and then Monica shares her poem with me. She's not the biggest fan because obviously the words weren't tailored to her. And now some oddly significant prose here, talking about how she feels trapped and there are worlds between us. And then we can go ahead and go from the top, show it to Sayori first. Sayori likes the poem because she's just so polite, and then she's gonna give me a poem verse that confesses to a really big sense of longing. For what exactly? Probably cupcakes. And then we're gonna show it to Yuri, and unfortunately, Yuri will not like it because her tastes and Natsuki's taste are very diametrically opposed. And she's gonna show me her poem, which is kind of dark. But that's just how Yuri be, you know? And then we're just gonna keep on mashing. There's a big throwdown happening. So now I have to side with one of them. I can say Natsuki, Yuri, or help me Sayori. In which case, this is the Natsuki route, so I'm gonna have to side with Natsuki. Yuri isn't gonna be too happy about it. Natsuki is gonna be very happy. And we just earned ourselves another fancy picture. And then that's the end of the day. So I get to walk home with childhood friendo. Time for another poem! Alright, so let's see how much I can remember. Summer was good. I don't think Silly is one. I think Silly is is one of the, let's see. Sweet aura play, unending passion. Clouds. Yep. Disown, my goodness. Dark peace inside intellectual giggle. Wonderful marshmallow. Natsuki really likes her sweets. She's so real for that. Spinning. Wasn't spinning one? Yes, it was. Mouse. Bouncy. I think Bouncy is one of... Yep. Kidding. Yep. Natsuki likes sweets and animals. Hop. Hop was one of them, right? Yeah, because I compared it to Hope. Kawaii is one of them. I don't think Vanilla was. Cheeks. Color, entropy. Was Calm one of them? Nah. How about color? Nah. Amazing? Nah. That's Natsuki, not Spider-Man. After image. Shopping! I see. Twirl. Skirt. Doki Doki. Oh, sugar has to be one of them. Of course. Let's see. Ribbon. Desire, disaster. Playground. It's a playground. Yep. I'm learning things. And bubbles. There we go. Poem number 2 for Natsuki. Sayori is getting on my case for about one thing or another. Sayori was just struck in the face by a cookie. And then she ate the cookie. Or was it a cupcake? I don't know. Sayori is being a silly goose. Natsuki ain't having it. And then Monica arrives. Just a little bit of her. And now, because now that my poem was tailored to Natsuki, I get to spend a little bit more alone time with her as she continues to do silly closet things. She's trying to get something, and I need to hold the ladder. But we still don't know if it's a ladder or a step ladder. And then all of a sudden, I get a face full of Natsuki. Is that really such a terrible thing? And her messing up has caused her to break down and be vulnerable with me. And now we talk it through, and I'm telling her it's not bad to have feelings. We'll go ahead and share a poem with her first, because that is the route we are following. She knows that the poem that we created is tailored specifically to her, and she is now really getting the impression that we've got motives. We're feeling romantical. Alright, we will follow the same route that we did before. Go in the order of how much they would like them. I mean, the only person who matters is the first person. Does it even matter? Another straw cow. AQ, you and Straw Cow are so real for that. Any time that I make a little bit of Monica joke, I always think of the person who made the edit of Mambo number 5, where he edited Monica over every single name, and then made all of the dancers into the Dokis, and then slowly started replacing all the non-Monicas with more Monicas. More Monicas! It was a beautiful thing. Oh boy, can't wait until I, save my CG. Ah. Natsuki was very inspired to create her own poem for the big event later on. And hey, all that matters is that she showed up, am I right? And now Sayori... Ah. Unfortunately, this is the Natsuki route, Sayori. Sayori is happy that I found someone special. But, at the same time, she wants me to want to walk home with her. Anyhow, we are back into it. Was color a word? No, it wasn't. Pout, covet, pain, Sunny was one of them. It's not! Horror is a Yuri thing. Defeat is a Yuri thing. Covet, that's a new one. Color, pout. Of course Natsuki would be pout. Sugar. Jump? Yeah, jump. Cute. Cute has to be one of them. Yep. Hop. Extreme. Wonderful. Not. Charm. Nope. Laugh. That's a new one. Nope. Friends. That would be a Sayori thing. Sunset. Nah. Insight. Vacation is one. Is not. Shame? Can't be shame. Fantasy. Yep, fantasy is a word. Pink. Yep, pink. Strawberry. I believe that one is, yep. Strawberry for the strawberry hair. Am I right? Let's see. Melodiora, sing, silly, judgment, marshmallow. Games. Ribbon. Natsuki's looking at this poem and says, "Why did you write ribbon for half of the words?" I don't know, I was just thinking about you, and all I could think of were the ribbons. Pure. Ah, that is a Natsuki one. Lollipop. I believe lollipop is one of them. Yep. Kitty. Don't even need to look. Kisu. Chocolate. Chocolate has to be one of yours. Yep. Doki Doki. Giggle. And Jumpy. I believe. Yep. Oh, there's one more. Mouse. I remember that being one. Yep. Alright, a full-on Natsuki poem. Come on, ribbons! By the way, I have good news. The monetization for my channel has finally been approved. So I should be, unfortunately, the good news is that I can make custom emotes for my chat. The unfortunate part is that they have to be premium. People need to be members in order to use the emotes. So I'll put them up, but I'm not, yeah, and they only go in denominations of $1. So if everyone wants to spam victory in the chat, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to give everyone emotes for free. Everyone wants the Joshua emote. Alright, showing the next poem to Monica. You don't know what that means? My monetization? I mean, that all the way back when, I was able to run ads on my uploads. And I made a pretty penny on a really good month. But when I got inactive, I lost that capability, and the only way I would be able to get it back was if I reached... Oh, Sayori didn't make a poem. That's because... Yeah, Sayori and Yuri, they become demotivated as time passes on. The other stuff? Oh, yeah. YouTube has this thing called memberships, where you can become a member by paying a monthly fee, and certain features are locked behind memberships. One of them being the ability to use custom emotes. Alright, I'm going with Natsuki! So, we're gonna go bacon. We're baking cupcakes. So, this is also a pivotal moment. This is where we lock in on doing Natsuki's route entirely. And this is where we kind of, yeah, once again, we lock in on this being Natsuki's route. I'm so excited to spend time with Natsuki. Wait, what? Oh. Wow. I'm like, wait, why am I going into Sayori's room? And my blood absolutely froze. I thought somehow I messed up, and I completely skipped over Sayori's, weekend sequence. And now I'm talking with Sayori. Sayori is telling me that, she is, she's not well. She's got anxiety and depression and a low sense of self-worth. Unfortunately, me going to spend the weekend with Natsuki is not doing any favors with that. That's only having you... Switch! That's true. That was a big one. I mean... Switch! Switch is meme-worthy. Anyways, let's go ahead and leave all that heaviness behind. Time to bake ourselves some pretty cupcakes. You can't be lazy. You gotta do it by the book, or else the cupcakes will come out crazy. All you have to do is follow the recipe, and then we'll have cupcakes. I just realized that we're baking these cupcakes with a pink-haired lass. Stop! And this is the final CG. Let's go ahead and save our game here. Immortalize Natsuki's cheery face. And then Mr. Protag gets a little bit quirky at night. It was very nice of him to use a napkin to clean her finger off. And then we continue to talk about the club, how much we like to talk with one another, and we're certainly going to spend more weekends together. And Natsuki and I, hey, we think that we're kind of cool. Oh, she's standing real close to me. When suddenly, Sayori breaks it up. And Natsuki runs off because things got awkward. And Sayori thought, oh, I ruined things. I ruined everything. Sayori is scared that she's going to lose me. And now I have a choice to make. I can either say, I love you, or you'll always be my dearest friend. And to get the best ending in all of Doki Doki Literature Club, I need to say, I love you. These are my true feelings. I was really into Natsuki at one point. But, you know, the childhood friend always wins out on these things. So, I'm gonna go ahead and save this one into its own slot to show that I truly do care for Sayori and her feelings. So, we now have all three of Natsuki's CGs, and we have one of Sayori's. Alright. And Sayori. So, we give a hug to Sayori. And then it's the day of the festival. We're excited about the festival, knowing Monica. The event will be there too. So, I believe that this is the point. Let me go ahead and open up my guide. All I need to do is to hug Sayori, and then I can go back, and then finally start a different route. So let's see. Second poem, third poem, the weekend. First poem, say, fall well, you should be back at the first poem. So, after you spend your time with either Natsuki or Yuri and get your special CGs, Sayori will confess her love to you. Pick I love you, even if you had chosen Natsuki or Yuri to direct your poems to instead. Once your character owns Sayori, load the first poem save. So, Monica, glad to see you, but we are going to rewind time. And we are going to... Oh, wait, quit? Or, no. Save game, main menu. Here we go. So, that is everything that we did in the first stream. We saw all three of Natsuki's CGs, and then we hugged Sayori. And you can see, now, we have committed into the halls of memory, Natsuki being happy, and Sayori being cared for. Which means that we can now pursue a different path. If I start a new game, will I rename myself? Oh no! You can't rename yourself. That must be one indication that there's a little bit more going on. Alright, chat, where are we going with next? If that's a thing. Well, we can either favor Sayori next. I remember at the end of the last stream, we were gonna go on Sayori's route next. However, if you all want to pivot onto Yuri, that can work. But I do believe that picking Yuri for your third playthrough tends to be the most the most canon choice. But chat, let me go ahead and start a poll here. Top chat, let me see here. Engagement, engage with the audience, start a poll. Who's next? Sayori, Yuri. Unfortunately, Monica's not an option. Not right now, at least. Alright, so, and now we can skip through things without mashing buttons, and everything goes identically up until we get to the first poem. And as you can see, the text goes by much faster. Being unable to rename yourself fills you with eternity. Yep. Let's see here. We have 3 votes. Looks like Sayori is pulling ahead. AA games are what are keeping the JRPG genre alive. There's absolutely no lie there. AA games and 7 out of 10s are the backbone of the industry. Alright, time to write a poem for Sayori this time. So let me go ahead and pull up my cheat sheet on what the Doki's like. So, now we have a completely different list, and this list is much bigger. In fact, let's see here. So, color, flee, cry, starscape. I'm gonna have to... Let's see, starscape? Isn't that one of... No, it's not. Memories. Memories. Yep, that was one of Sayori's. Let's see. Whoa. Some of these keywords are spicy. Family is one of Sayori's. Forgive is one of Sayori's. Anxiety is not one of Sayori's. I guess that's one of Yuri's. Let's see. Warm is one of them. I'll have to remember that. Warm and wonderful. Let's see. Cheeks, no. Lust, no. Secretive. Nope. Guess that's the Yuri thing. Play. Play is one of Sayori's. Alone. Yep, Sayori's got some stuff, so end poll. Sayori is our choice. Let's see. Pure is... No, Pure is one of Natsuki's. Whistle? Nah. Infinite. That sounds like a Monica thing, if we're being honest. Sing. Oh, Sayori likes to sing. Fickle? Nah, that's a Yuri thing. Graveyard? I feel like that's Yuri, but you never know. Bliss. Alright. Playground. Oh man, I have to make sure not to conflate the two that we just knew. Hair. Is hair one of yours? Hard happiness, huh? Music. Fester. That would be a Yuri thing. Yep. Broken. Nah. Romance. Determination. Not on the list, though. Lipstick is probably a Yuri thing. Yep. Joy, joy, joy. Joy of the world. Uncanny. Nope. More Yuri stuff. Agonizing. No! Flower? Yep. Sorry, he likes flowers. Friends. I believe that. Friends. Yep, there it is. Friends. Atone. Oh, that is such a bait. Alone is one of Sayori's words, but atone isn't. Yep. That's one of them. Huh. That's kind of a surprise. Embrace. Embrace has to be one of them. Yep. Wonder if each of their keywords has something to do with their routes in the game. Valentine! Huh. Vacation is one of Sayori's. Interesting. Clouds. Ah. Grief, of course. Cry. Covet? No. You think that, Sayori would be covet, but nah, brother. Extreme? Surely not. Nope. After image? That's like an anime sort of thing. Daydream. There it is. Fireworks, I got melancholy. Nope, that's the eerie thing. Cute. Parfait? Nope. Entropy. Yeah. Uh-oh. Is this one where I can't win? Ah, peaceful. And shame. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first poem on the Sayori route, and we did not do the Sayori route, so, unfortunately for the time, I am now transitioning from speedrun mode back into narrating mode, because now we are going into untapped territory. We did not do anything in Sayori's route. Well, actually, I think we saw the first CEG, but you know, we're starting a brand new route, so we might as well just punt it the full way. Alright, so Monica says hi again, pro tag. Ladies, you run away on us. Okay. Alright, so until we get special attention from Sayori, we're just gonna keep on. Yep, everyone is commending me on my ability to maintain my commitments. Manga is literature. And Sayori is talking about how dependable Mr. Protag is. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Might be a little jealous. How come? You and Protag can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy, it's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. She pulls out a book. Didn't want you to feel left out. I picked a book that I thought you might... I think this is still, stuff from the previous playthrough. Just because it's, Yuri attention stuff. Okay, she's giving me a book. Even though I made a poem for Sayori, Yuri is getting in there. She is trying to grab that bag. I can read it at my own pace. Yeah, Sayori and Monica are talking about how how difficult it's going to be to compete with the other clubs. Cupcakes! Every early MLP fan just winced. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. And I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. Can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Up at my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Napping club would go hard, not gonna lie. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. And that's where it starts getting real. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Yeah? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the sides of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. You don't just do that, Protag. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain in your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meaning. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean! Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is it? So, 1 out of 2 CGs acquired. Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Eh? Don't say that. He'll make me feel weird about it. Back. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. the button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near your chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Ugh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means they got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel so strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. Ooh. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Ooh. That's much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if you keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. Dang. This has all the energy of Chris Redfield trying to continue the Redfield bloodline by having Claire marry Leon. You're a Redfield too, Mr. Redfield. And Jill is right there. I haven't played Requiem, by the way. I don't know anything about that game. I haven't even seen a playthrough of it. So I don't know what legacy characters come back. I don't know what fan service is in the game. I don't even know if they even reconnect with the rest of the franchise. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Eh? Monica suddenly calls out, why don't we share the poems we wrote? Yay! Protag, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Oh, I just realized I just regained the ability to skip because this is stuff that we have seen before. So, now that we're doing the Sayori route, let's go ahead and present to her first. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all. Interesting. So the game does not enable skip until I go through content that I've already seen before. Oh my goodness! This is so good, Protag! Eh? I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. That makes me think of the mirrored question mark. If you take a question mark, and then you turn it around, if you take a question mark, and you take a reversed question mark, and you mash them together, they make the shape of a heart. What the dot would represent, I have no idea. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion is to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a pro-tag poem. A pro-po. That makes it feel extra special. Like, I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. Oh my... If somebody hugs something you created, that's a keeper. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote one. Really reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Protag. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people? That's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Now I want breakfast. Breakfast for lunch, baby. Breakfast for dinner, even. Breakfast for a midnight snack. That's a good poem. Chat, how do you rate that poem? Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Actually, I think this is the exact same feedback that I give her because I'm able to skip. It sounds just like you. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you were late for school? It's bad to skip breakfast. True. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. So much fun. Monica's the best. I'm gonna write the best poem ever next time. Well, now that we have, so we've got, how many zeros is that? Let me see here. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A billion out of 10. You got a 7 out of 10, and your rate gets stopped making you hungry. So, let me see here. If we take 1, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we add 7 to it, and you divide it by 2, that's an average of 500,003.5 out of 10. Oh, no. Just 7. Not a 7 out of 10, just 7. I get you. Alright, next up is Monica. So, do I get to see the... Do I get the same, Let's see... No, never gonna give up. Give that mind. Want to share a poem with me? Everyone's a little bit embarrassed. I hand Monica the poem. I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayori would like. Oh, I just realized that I was able to skip until just now. So it seems like if I just skip whenever I have the option, then I should be good and I won't really miss anything. Because I think the last time... Who disturbed my slumber? Ah, I see. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. I'm guessing when I go down Natsuki's route, Monica would tell me about the bond that I'm forming with Natsuki. Anyways, that is handling that disturbance of the slumber. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, they sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sari's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. Oh, now we are free to skip. Alright, let's go ahead and, I guess we'll start from the top. Oh. Looks like Natsuki has some new dialogue for me. She is standoffish about sharing anything with me. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? Chat, do you want to get smacked by Natsuki? I'll pass. Ugh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Oh, yep. This is the same poem that we had before, and then I will give her the exact same feedback that I did previously. And then, yeah, and then because my poem was not to Yuri's taste, she gives me the exact same feedback that she gives me in the Natsuki route. Anyways, Natsuki and Yuri are arguing, so instead of siding with either of them, I'm gonna go down the Sayori route and say, and they're both talking to me, they're arguing about what constitutes true literature, and now they're arguing like, protag, be the tiebreaker, and I'm gonna be like, okay, Sayori, help! Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Huh? Yeah! Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Protag. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that makes her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri! You guys are my friends! I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems? They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because... well... Also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Yeah, no, I was gonna make a Yuri joke when Sayori was talking about her expanding chest, but now that Sayori has said it herself... Sayori's a woman of culture. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things. I'm not very good with people. Couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, it's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't it, she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious, as she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Damn! Even when I'm pursuing, Sayori, Monika turns that charm. Monika's probably saying, I know you're chasing Sayori right now, but next time, how about number one right here? I can show you the world. Just Monika, just Monika. Such a genuine person who really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. I'd like to get the chance to talk to her a little more. Is that Monika manipulating the protag's thoughts? Okay, everyone. All right, that is it for the first poem. Let's go ahead and whip out our handy-dandy guide. And let's write poem number 2 for Sayori. Sayori is calm. Crimson? Is Crimson one of hers? Nah, that'd be Hair. I know Hair. Ha! Oh, Hair is one of... Actually, nope, Hair isn't one of your words. Dang. Heartbeat. Heart is one of your words, but heartbeat isn't. God dang. Fun? No fun. Vertigo. Vertigo sounds like a, yeah. Candy. Frightening. Analysis. Crimson hair. Heartbeat. Electricity. Electricity? Uh-oh. Well, let's see. Vertigo is for... Yeah, that's for Yuri. Wait. Okay, so Candy is Natsuki. Frightening is Yuri. Massacre is Yuri. Analysis is Yuri. This is a Yuri-heavy page. Frightening, massacre, analysis. Crimson. Yuri. Hair is one of Natsuki's. Electricity is one of Yuri's. Heartbeat is one of yours. And then fun. Oh, fun is... How did I miss that? Okay, fun is one of that. Let's see here. Cute is that. Cheer. Alright. Fear. A healthy dosage of fear. Bed. Oi. One of these. Judgment. Is Judgment one of yours? Nope. Explode. Nope, no explosion for you. Charm. Charm. Childhood. Hope. Hope. So, peace is not one, but peaceful is. Smile. That fake smile. Color. Incapable? Nope, that's not one of your words. Ha! Get loved. Milk disarray, uncanny. Jumpy. Is Jumpy one of yours? I think both of those were... Yeah, both of those were Joy. Shiny. I think Shiny is one of yours. Nope, that was Sparkle. That was Sparkle. That's one of yours. Memories. Yep, you've got memories. Warm. Pampa. Defeat. Cage? No. Love. Yep. Daydream. I think this one is yours. Yep. Fantasy. Ain't it, Chief? Dark. That would... Sayori getting dark, really. Anime. I guess that's Natsuki. Rose. Rose, one of them. I'm gonna give you a rose. Alright, it's the next day, and, Yep, Sayori is, talking with... everyone? Yep, Sayori's talking with everyone. They are now talking about, baking goods. And now, I get some new unique dialogue with Sayori. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know, the festival's coming up. Me and Monica were gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Ah, are you going to the Protag to get the supplies? There's no need for you to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with them. And there's Monica trying to worm her way into the situation. Monica is so down bad for the Protag. I wonder if this is just a jab at the way that the game is not programmed for her to get with the Protag, and she is trying very hard to make it happen, but the programming that she's in will not allow her. But I wanted to go. So much more fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It's just a suggestion. You know, when Monica is in that position, it looks like she is wearing the longest fingernail extensions ever. Her left hand on her hip. It looks like she's wearing glowing, extremely long fingernail extensions that go backwards. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay! Ready, Protag? Yep, let's go! Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind Sayori as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey, Sayori. What exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone is gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds kinda dull. Protag, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems. It's about performing them. Like you say, the lines of poems like, "Between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland." Like that! Fun fact, I once joined a poetry slam. In middle school, I came up with my own poem, and I stood in front of an entire auditorium of people, and I performed a very passionate slam poem, and it was fun. Unfortunately, I forgot my lines. I forgot the next line partway through, so I used my stage training and I adopted the neutral pose, and the person who was in charge, they thought that I was being really emotional, and she was kind of approaching me to kind of, usher me off the stage, and then I very awkwardly just remembered my lines again, and then I completed it, and then people applauded for me being polite, and a little bit later, someone approached me and said, "Hey, you read a poem on stage at the poetry presentation, right?" And I said, "Yes." And then we talked a little bit, and I never saw them again because I am a professional bag fumbler when it comes to friendships. But yeah, going up there, and I couldn't read that audience, and I honestly didn't care that much about what the audience thought. I just wanted to get up there, and I wanted to share my heart and soul in front of a large crowd of people, and I did it. That, just like the stage play that I took part in, are core memories of mine. If only we could reload state saves in real life, But every experience is either creates the future that you have, or serves as experience. Alright, well, Sayori just gave a passionate performance demonstrating what real poetry is like. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. Eh? You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. I just meant that it's a pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. If anything, talking about the final moments of a flower sounded more like a Yuri thing. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. Well, I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival is going to be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey, Protag, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, huh? Been a long time since I spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. He's nothing but a ball of sunshine drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet, and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a big box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand, too! They're kind of dirty, though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. Ah, I dropped one by accident. Yeah! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow, wow, 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 wow. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Jeez, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow. Well, looks like in order to fix this boo-boo, we're gonna need to give her the mark of the Golden King. Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Pro tag. Where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? Doesn't really matter, since it will be used as an ice pack rather than to drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. You know, when I heard apple juice, I was thinking of a box, like, you know, the typical, like, green box that you see in cartoons. But hey, that's much more conductive. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, back. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it. It'll feel better soon. Looks like you've cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Protag? This kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? Eh? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like, I usually fell behind, or had trouble climbing onto the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself, or get a bump. I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know. Did I really do that? Yeah. You don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a little bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. Damn! Real? So in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time, too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Protag. I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years, you're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even knew it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Protag? I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll end up for college, or after that. So it would be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Good luck with that. She's gonna see her forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Ooh. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start with sharing our poems. Huh? Sayori, your forehead? She's fine. Don't worry about... I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway. Were you able to find everything we needed? Uh-huh. I have it right. Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff! Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper, too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Protag. Well, Sayori. I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too! Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Who should I show my poem to first? Sayori. Protag, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. Eh? I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's? And this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... Eh? No way! Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. Explain. Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Eh? Alright. Are we thinking of, Scheherazade? Or are we thinking about, Murasaki Shikibu? Stop thinking about weird things, Backham. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? You somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even all the small things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings for you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. Eh? I don't know if I understand. Never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. You sure about that? Mm-hmm, maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Protag, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap! I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the pencil she dropped. No, Sayori! Hank! Don't bend down to pick up the writing instrument! Hank! But being inattentive to her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry! It's fine, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I bent down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I am a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. There's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends. My friends weren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Chat, your appraisal. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. And I see that. It's almost kinda creepy. Creepy? It's creepy, and it makes me feel kinda weepy. Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to being cheerful? Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a lot better. Not bad out of 10. Hey, that's a step up from the previous one. Writing is like magic. No, friendship is magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best! I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sary's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. Wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, next up is Mannequin. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. Long as it's not going to be bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You'll never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. It's pretty good. Makes me think of Sayori, like that other one you wrote. You two are like a dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her, even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Alright. Huh. Music changed to piano. That's not foreshadowing at all. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Care to explain this? Alright, so this is the exact same poem that Monica showed us in the first stream, so we can skip the after of that one. Alright, we'll go down the list. We'll talk to Natsuki. Alright, and because I'm no longer on the Natsuki route, the poem the conversation we're going to have is going to change. We're no longer buddy-buddy. We're no longer like this. So now she's going to be more lukewarm to me than in her own route. Well, it's not any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Whew. Huh? Who what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. For a second there, I thought that he called her moist critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Eh? You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Unexpected Devil May Cry reference. Ugh, that was a little unnecessary. But I think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she probably would just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. I think? Yeah, I think this is the same poem that she showed. Yeah, I think they all have the same poems, and the talk afterward is exactly the same. Anyways, let me see. Last thing I said, I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. You're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Lastly, it's Yuri. And because I'm not on the Yuri route, because I'm not in the Natsuki route, I didn't take Natsuki's side in the argument, so Yuri is on speaking terms with me in this route. So in the Natsuki route, Natsuki loves me, Sayori is obsessed with me, and Yuri hates my guts. But in the Sayori route, Natsuki and Yuri are cordial to me, and I am gaining in childhood dreams with Sayori. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Protag. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Eh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of the night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave Raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its place, its phase even, and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of the raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself. Again. Ladies and gentlemen, Yuri Doki Doki Literature Club. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, by the way. Can we get some ratings? So, I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh. That's funny. Did Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? Eh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad you're a good listener. Okay, everyone. Alright, and that is the end of the day there. Everyone is shuffling around. I believe it's time for me to decide who I want to spend the weekend with, preparing for the upcoming festival. And since I am on... look at that. Since I'm on Sayori's route, Natsuki is no longer in the contending for who I would rather walk home with. And Sayori is asking me a hypothetical. Would I rather walk home with Yuri? Or would I rather walk home with Sayori if... Because I walk home with Sayori every single day, but if Yuri walked up to me and asked me to walk home with her, who would I go with? And I think since we're on this route... Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But... She's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Protag. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. Kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. And then again, the festival is only a few days away. Alright, that up. Oh shoot. I accidentally hit the shift button, and I skipped all the way to the next poem. But yeah, basically that scene was already over. Alright, let's go ahead and write Sayori's final poem. Let me see, was Melody one of yours? It is not. That's Markle. Smile. A smile in reference to an insincere smile. Daydream is one of yours. I believe Romance was one of yours. Yep. Empty. I think that's one of yours. Yep. Hurt. Yep. Color is one of yours. Agonizing. Nope, that's Yuri. Unrequited. Well, shoot. A bit on the nose, don't you think? Rain cloud. Raindrops falling on my head. Skipping. Me skipping all the dialogue that I don't need to see. Fireworks? Yep. Promise. That sounds like a childhood friend thing. Vibrant. Nope. Childhood is one of yours. You have a good night, Matthew. I don't think this stream is going to go on for much longer. We are going to wrap up the Sayori route, and then we will leave Yuri, and then anything else for future streams. Friends. Tragedy. Yep. Calm. Yep. Defeat. Hopeless. Damn. Let me see. Uncontrollable? No. Happiness. This will occupy all the secondary game slots until we finish. That's correct. So, the Monday. So we're gonna have Monday and Wednesday be dedicated to the primary. Saturdays are gonna be dedicated to the secondary game, and this is gonna be the secondary game until we finish. Hopefully, next week we'll be able to. No. I'm sorry, but next week, the secondary game is not going to be Doki Doki Literature Club. It is going to be a very special occasion, and we might do a little bit of an endurance stream, just so it spills over onto the next day. I know exactly what's going to happen next week. Anyways, Charm, that's one of Sayori's. Bed, I believe, is another one of Sayori's. Flowers, that's... Yep. Alright, we got the Sayori, Alright, and then everything starts normally. Alright, and I guess we'll be showing poems now. I think it might be better if Ace Attorney occupies the Saturday stream because of the frequency of those streams. Going overtime and because it's a weekend, much less taxing. DDLC occupies one of the weekday slots, or bring back Fridays for this. Well, DDLC, we won't be at DDLC for much longer. We did one campaign in the first stream. We're doing another campaign. We probably would have been able to do 3 routes by now, but because things went over, I was I was having a pre-birthday get together with my family because it would have been hard to, well, it would have been impossible to organize next week. So we had ourselves a lovely birthday dinner and everything that came afterward. It was we went to my favorite restaurant in town. They got me a tiramisu mousse bar cake. I got some inspiring words via birthday card. Got to blow out candles, and it was a beautiful time. So unfortunately, that meant that I went well over, and this had to be a half-length stream. So hopefully, next Saturday we'll be able to wrap this up. Good use of time. I appreciate that. Anyways, who should I show my Sayori poem to first? I think I'll show it to Sayori. Alright, and Sayori is, let's see. Yep. Because this is her route. She told me this is my best one so far, baby. It's really nice, Protag. Thanks. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want a nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Alright. Hey, Protag. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah. And I guess you're the one who likes this the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait. Of course I do. That doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you, but we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes, it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes, it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No. Protag, I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori? I glanced around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori, I probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up, oh boy. Never ask her for the cheat codes to her emotions. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Protag. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Well, This all makes a lot of sense, considering what she confesses to later on in the Natsuki route. You can go ahead and check the prior VOD to see what exactly she admitted to there. I think that we won't skip over anything after we get all of Yuri's CGs. Anyways, next up is Monica. And, let's see, it's kind of funny. No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. And since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see. That reminds me about how Sayori's been a little bit off lately. Yeah? Did she tell you something? Well, Protag, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright, just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It'd be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. The phrasing of that is off, and I just can't prove it. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. Let me see. This is exactly the same poem that she gives us in the Natsuki route. Speaking of Natsuki, let's go ahead and talk to her. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. Not as good as yesterday's, anyway. I see what you're going for, and it's not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad you're trying a little bit. Of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems, anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Eh? No. Gross. It's not like I care, Backham. It's just that one of us in the club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. Yes, a joking assault. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. Should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki held her poem out to me like nothing ever happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me be by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. I think the most amazing aspect of this is the, let me see, the AABC. Wait, this is more than an AABC. This is AABC, DDEC. Yeah. What a unique rhyming scheme. AABC, DDEC. That is so cool. But the refrain doesn't match up, because it actually does rhyme a go with glow, but it doesn't rhyme a go with mine. Because you see, sand, hand, trail, sail, sea, and wonderful are off on their own, but you have shine and mine, AABC, DDEC. Cool. I like this poem. Yeah. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first, then came up with the message later. Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it, or whatever. Yeah, you can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic and trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. There's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Ah, Yuri time! Decided to try something different today? I guess so. Is that good or bad? Well, neither. I have my preferences, but it would be unfair of me to call something good or bad based on that. As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Eh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Eh? For me to become someone whose opinion is fearsome? How unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just mean that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking. Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay, here. Beach! Yep, also talking about the beach. A marvel, millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically, meets the surface, under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss, but beneath gray rolling clouds and endless enigma, the easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet. Where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet, we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to a road at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. Chat. Ratings. I am aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? Huh. So there must have been alternate dialogue for if you talk to Yuri first versus if you talk to Natsuki first. Fascinating. See above comment over 10. So that's Azure Edge over 10. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles, or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she wanted to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know. It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Alright, and now I need to spend the weekend at either Natsuki's or... Okay, so I need to spend the weekend with somebody to prepare for the festival that's coming up. Ocean out of 10. Reasonable. Unfortunately, Sayori has left. I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors and... But Monika said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much? No. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Alright, Monika. Since I can't pick Sayori, and I don't want to lead, and it's not Yuri's time yet, and I've already baked cupcakes with Natsuki. Monika time! Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monika. Yay! You picked me! Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Monika, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. Eh? But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already the most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Protag was the one who... that doesn't matter. You're the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monika. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monika, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica. Yeah. You have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do a good job if you made us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If you want our event to succeed, we need to appropriately distribute our resources. So are you gonna do the right thing, President? Okay. I get it. It's technically most logical for Protag to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do. You know what? I'm gonna see what the difference is if I go to Natsuki's house without having done her route. Will it be exactly the same, or will it be a little bit chillier because I've been spending all that time with Sayori instead of Natsuki? Victory! Well, baking again sounds like it could be fun, so I'll go ahead and go to Natsuki's house. Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. Guess I've gotten pretty good at handling her at this point. Who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. You just go with it, and I'll have a good time. So, it's already Sunday. Oh. Alright, so I'm going over to Natsuki's house, and now we're having the same tough situation, the same tough discussion. Alright, so, do we get the same CGs that we get with Natsuki's, oh, wow. So, Protag still acts a bit quirky. And I was about to have a moment with Sayori there, but once again, I love you. And then let's go ahead and get that photo up. Alright, let's go ahead and save this. Alright, so I believe this concludes the Sayori route. Absolute, because look, we're hugging. We're hugging it out. That's, you'll never have to let go of me again. It's great. It's very wholesome. So, I forget what happens after this. So, okay, so I can't skip after this because I haven't extended past this dialogue. Victory! Yes, it is a victory. Alright then. So, that is the end of the... yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. We have speed run Natsuki's route, and we have completed Sayori's route as intended. And because we are at reset time, we'll go ahead and leave the Yuri route and anything beyond for next time. You're very welcome for the stream. Glad you had fun. Blorf. And thank you if you're watching this stream as a VOD, so you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, join the Discord. It is in the description. It will let you know when the next stream comes up. Next time, we might continue with this just to get it done, or we will continue on with Ace Attorney. Kind of feels like alternating might be a good way to keep things fresh. At the same time, it might rust me when it comes to the details of the cases, or it might be a good excuse when I get rusty at remembering all of the details of the case. Either way, Ace Attorney, DDLC, either of those two, because those are our two concurrent ongoing games right now. So, regardless of whether I go with more Ace Attorney or more Doki Doki Literature Club, next time, more visual novels. Until then, I'm out.